All right, we're live. So, hey, this is Eric Haskin with Charlotte Media Partners, and we are live with the Support Local Business in Rock Hill. And we are today we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to review exact websites today for specific business owners, but today we're going to cover some of the components for a landing page. So, what you want to do and what you want to have on a specific landing page. So I'm here, Eric Haskin with Charlotte Media Partners, and we do digital automation, websites, web development, and different work like that for business owners in the United States. And I'm also joined by my co-host, Mike Cooper. And Mike, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Cooper with Action Coach, and business owners turn to me when they get stuck with their business. Business isn't heading the direction that they want, and they'd like to improve their sales, marketing, profitability, or just take the business to the next level. And that's what I help business owners do. So Eric and I work together with some other folks here in the area to come alongside business owners and equip them with the marketing tools, systems, processes, accountability, support, and things like that to help their businesses be more successful and to accomplish their original goals for getting into business. Excited to be here today and look forward to learning more about your topic here.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to quickly share screens, and then we'll be able to switch back and forth between the screen share and other things. All right, so today, of course, is Website Wednesdays, and it's the 7 components of post-click landing pages. So what we're talking about today is if you are running ads or if you want to promote a specific page, maybe it's your home page, but what I recommend is if you're running ads on Google or Facebook or some other system, that you have a plan for once somebody clicks on that link, where they're going, and when they land on that page, what the content is on that page. So we're going to dissect the 7 components of post-click landing pages that are effective in today's market. So in that, you've got these 7 components, and basically you've got the compelling headline, the engaging media, photo or video, lead capture form, or click to call. It depends on the business of what components you have on these pages, if you're a foot traffic business or if you are a service business where you're looking for phone calls to go fulfill appointments and do estimates and things like that. The effective copy on the page, and then trust indicators, which are testimonials, and that could be part of a video. Strong calls to action and use of the different kinds of words with scarcity or limited time offer or specific type of offers. Depending on the type of business. And then you want a clean look to the page. So not a whole lot of things moving around, just a nice clean look. So before we dive into the specific components, what I wanted to share with you guys is a basic sales funnel. And you've probably seen this, and if you haven't, this is a good image to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. So you've got your specific systems at the top, so Facebook, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Instagram. You might be running ads on some of these platforms to get people into the top of your funnel. And so people will see that, and you've got tons, hundreds, thousands of people seeing that advertisement. They click on that ad, and then that takes them to where, right? A lead capture form of some type. Now, if it's your homepage and your homepage isn't set up for this type of traffic, and the AdSense from one system to your homepage don't match, then you're going to lose people, right? So you're going to get lower conversion rates. So if you want to up those conversion rates, then you want things to match throughout the advertisement to match the landing page, and then that information to flow in the funnel or in the page. So this is basically what we're talking about here. And just a quick note on that, and I've talked about this in the past, but there's 3 types of traffic on the internet. There's the traffic you own, which are previous customers, clients, which are kind of bottom of funnel thing, but you can rerun advertisements to those people and put them back in the top of funnel to sell to them a second or third or fourth or repeatedly. there's the traffic that you buy, which is ads on media, direct mail, or Facebook, and different types of digital advertising platforms. And then there's traffic that is incidental. They find you via search. Search engine optimization is key there, so that helps you to be found basically for free through the different things you can put into play to get ranked higher in the search engines. So those are the three types of traffic. And then you've got the different types of, once the traffic is coming to your site, it's what they're seeing when they get there. So we're going to dive into some of those types of components in the systems that you can lay out. So where you're going to go post-click. So talk about compelling headlines. And but before I dive into these specifics and go, head in, maybe we'll turn to Mike and just talk to Mike for a second and just see what do you think about sales funnels and in the business market today? Have you seen businesses using those, and what's effective for them?
So I've seen businesses use them that are working more on a national or regional scale. So obviously you've got the guys who are spending big dollars on Facebook, LinkedIn, probably some other social media outlets that I don't spend a ton of time on. And they have really highly effective click funnels where they grab your attention with something you're possibly already thinking about. And then they immediately engage you in something that is either of interest for you to learn or something you can't live without. And then they take you through a logical progression. And before you know it, it's click here to find more information. And you're presented with an option to engage. So I'm seeing that on a large, with organizations that have big budgets. Where I'm not seeing as much of it is with smaller companies or mid-market companies. And it seems like there's a very predictable formula, kind of to the degree like what you're talking about here. They don't seem to be unique in their approach. In fact, they're fairly similar in their approach. And in some cases, the video quality, it might not even be high def video. Some of them are just somebody talking on a phone. So it seems like all the tools are there for smaller and mid-market companies to do this, but I don't see a whole lot of companies in our area really even scratching the surface on that. Is that kind of your finding too as well, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, one of the things that I see with companies is they're paying for ads, and they will drive people directly to their homepage, and they may get, 300 or 1,000 clicks or 2,000 clicks in the span of a month. But if they're driving somebody to a homepage, when they get there, people aren't sure exactly what to do. So what I wanted to kind of lay out today was, when they get to a page, whether it's your homepage or a landing page that you've built specifically for an advertising campaign, there's some components you need to have on that page to help people make a buying decision.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted to kind of cover today. And I wanted to share some examples of both, right? A landing page specifically set up to sell something or to capture a lead, and then also some home pages of really good websites in our area that have been developed by good digital marketing companies out here in the area, in the market. Okay, so let me hop on. All right, so the components of a compelling page. I'm going to share screens again. And okay, so you have to have basically a good offer, right? A compelling offer. And so depending on your type of business, if you're a service business that's doing emergency service, so like you're a plumber, or you're an air conditioning vendor, or you're heat and HVAC company, or you're an electrician, or somebody or tree service, and somebody's tree's just falling down in their yard, those types of companies, somebody's looking to make a phone call really quick. So if you're running an ad, then it would be, some sort of emergency service, call us for, same day, right? And it's important that you can't afford to skimp on this one, because this headline is the first thing that people see. So you want it to grab their attention, and you want it to drive them to make that call or fill out that contact form. Or if you're doing some sort of offer, for foot traffic, if you're having people that come into your business and you're trying to make an offer, so a discount on a specific, a meal, or some sort of service that you might provide. So if you're a florist, then you might want to offer a certain discount on a wedding arrangement, or something like that. And so that, specifically targeting a set of people. So anyway, you'll have that compelling offer, and then you want to have the story, or the next piece of the information, which is your copy. And then in that same landing page, you'll have, ways to click and things. So I'm going to share a couple of, so Carter Quality Plumbing LLC. So this company, when I typed in emergency plumbing service in our area, this came up as an ad. So I clicked on it. Now, the cool thing about this site is they've got the time of day it is right now. Obviously, it needs to be refreshed because this was earlier today when I clicked on it. But they've got a call now button. So mobile or phone, you're going to have call now. And one of the important things about your copy is having your phone number throughout. So they've got their phone number down here again. They've got a request service button, so clear calls to action. They've got some coupons, discounts that you can offer. So they've got this, kind of recipe figured out. Now, this is their homepage, so you can click on all kinds of other stuff up here to go to different services to learn about their business. But right here, they've also got, testimonials, so that reputation, trust is built there. You can read more reviews. Of course, there's another call to action: get started today. Why hire our pros? So why to hire them? The different bullets there. These are top quality guys, their story, there's their phone number again in the system. And then they've got a nice video. In my opinion, this video could be a little larger, but I watched it earlier, and it's a good VSL, video sales letter, as part of this homepage. So, check out how they've done it, and you could implement something similar on your website, or, talk to a professional like myself or others to get this type of layout on your website. The other cool thing here is when I talked about, the compelling headline, they don't really have a compelling headline so much in there, but they do, have clear calls to action, which is one of the important things to have is strong calls to action in the form. So they do have engaging media, the photos, the video in there. So you want to put this in place to get creative and be compelling here. So use your photos and your videos of your team, real live pictures of your team, so that people can see you guys and start to trust and know who you are. And put together that video sales letter that gives somebody the explanation and experience of what it might be to work with your company as a customer, and then put customer testimonials if you can get them in those videos. Actually record your customers, and then put it together in a track, and then have that play on your landing page.
Yeah, Eric, you really nailed that, because and I'd probably go back a step or two even. When a company's thinking about engaging their audience, one of the things they need to be real clear on who's your audience. And one of the things that people struggle with is, well, what do I say? What are those compelling headlines? How do I get their attention? How do I draw their interest? And really, you just think of the easiest solution that I've heard described and used is you just think of what are the most common concerns or reasons that your customers call you? What are the challenges, problems, opportunities that they call you, or when you talk to customers or prospects, you uncover? And it's just really simple to take whatever those challenges or opportunities are and turn them around into a question. So, uh, think about the plumbing industry or any type of trade. One of the biggest problems is getting somebody to show up. So you might, as the headline on your website or on your landing page, or your whatever offer you're putting out there, advertisement you're putting out there on the internet, you might say, having trouble getting a plumber to show up. So start with the answer. What's the most common challenge that you solve for that target client? And again, you want to make sure that you're focusing on your target clients. If there's clientele that really aren't your favorite type to work with, or your highest level of expertise, you might want to stay away from questions that engage them.
Yeah.
So it just kind of goes back to the very beginning. You touched on it, but I want to make sure I want to make sure we really emphasize the importance of knowing your target market first, speaking their language, their common challenges, opportunities, concerns, and then immediately, like you said, going to trust, even on that homepage, and demonstrating how you meet that unique challenge or concern.
Yeah,
So
that's a really good point. Is so pre-click, right? When you're setting up your advertisement, if you're running ads on Facebook or if you're running ads on Google, you definitely want to set up those AdWords in a way, and those the audience in a way, and target specific audiences and not certain one. Right? You exclude certain people by picking the ones that you want to target to, and then that ad gets put in front of the right kind of people that you want to work with. Right. So it's using those tools that you have on the internet and to set those ads up so that, it only gets in front of the people that you think are your correct customer, that your ideal client, the customer avatar, as we say in marketing, who is that target? And once you've got that defined, those are the ones you want to advertise to. And then you write your copy and your lead landing pages and your whole process targeting that specific type of client.
That's probably one of the biggest, I want to say, mistakes or challenges that businesses have, is they say we specialize in, and then there's 37 things. That's not specializing.
Right.
So, you're much better off if you were to have multiple landing pages and multiple marketing messages, and it's called mass customization. So, especially in the trades, there's a number of businesses that serve residential and commercial. Well, don't say we specialize in residential and commercial. If you're doing these advertisements that Eric's talking about on social media, or these lead generators, have one that's dedicated to commercial, and then have another lead magnet that's dedicated, or lead generation ad that's dedicated toward the other. And then you can even target them to specific spots on your website if you want to, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what link you put in there in the ad, where they go. So a lot of people just put their homepage, but if they want to, go after commercial clients, well, set up a commercial services page, and then have that page have these same landing components on it, and then link that page to the ad. And so when the person clicks on the ad, they actually land on the commercial page that's set up to sell a person on commercial services, and vice versa with residential. And there could be installations, right? Or it could be, whatever the case is, and what your audience you're targeting. You set your ads up to match. So and that's the ad sense, right? That's that sense of the ad matches the landing page that you're sending people to, so that it doesn't look weird when a user or searcher clicks on it. They land on the page, and then it's like, wait a minute, it's your home page. And so now I'm a residential person, and I'm not sure what to do. But that's why the phone number is clear, the contact forms and those clear calls to action can help you hurdle that a little bit. But yeah, specializing your ads setups, and your budgets based on where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. That's the way to kind of do this. And then once somebody's on your page, you want to have these components in play to do that. So I guess let's keep going into some of the more advanced stuff. So I'm going to share my screen again. So we're talking about the engaging media and video sales letters. And so you can say so many things over a video that you can't, and you can say the exact same thing in the copy you write on the page, but people's, their attention spans are so short. Some people like to read and will read it faster than you'll say it on the video, and some people don't. So you give them both options. You may say basically the same thing that you say in a VSL on in your written copy on your page, but then you have those two forms of media for people to consume, right? The written and the video. And so it's really good to have that sort of video. And if you don't have video and you're not going to go down that road, then at least have some personal photos of you and your team that can capture your images and things. So I'm going to jump to another screen and show you what I'm talking about. So I showed Carter Quality Plumbing, but On Time Electric in Charlotte, these guys, Matthews, Pineville area. So right off the bat, you see a similar layout, right? It's the time of day. It's the phone number, click to call, their menu with reviews and things. But you get a picture of the father-son team that own this company, and, family owned and operated, contact us, clear to call to action right there. As you go through the page, you'll see, a contact form with a phone number again, some of the same stuff. But the main point here is you got a photo of these guys, so you kind of get to know who they are and what they're about, and the fact that they're trying to take care of people locally with electricity, electrical problems. And then of course there's some coupons that they've got built in. And then there's another picture of a customer, satisfied customer, so to speak, with her family, trusting that, this On Time Electric technician that's in her kitchen working out her electrical issues. And then, kind of a service area. So they've got a lot of great components built into this website. Also, they have their social cues here. So that's another thing that you want to put in there is your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever pages that you're promoting, and you're being active on social. So just a good all around website here. So effective copy, the words on the page. We talked about that with the video sales letter, and then also having the same kind of script written on your page and have it written in a way for a reader to read it. You want to have that packed full of keyword rich content that resonates in your market, so that same page could be found organically, even if it wasn't found through an ad. And then the trust indicators, those are keys to have. So trust indicators being testimonials, social icons, photos of you and your team to build that trust. And then last but not least, of course, the strong call to action for service businesses, providing your phone number is at the very top of the page, throughout the page, because the goal is to have people call you, or to fill out that contact form. And then for foot traffic businesses, it's the offer that you may be offering a discount off a preferred service, but the goal is to get them in the door of the business, right? So if they call you, you want to still have your phone number up there, but you get them to come out to your shop to check out the flooring, or if you're a flooring company, you can have them come into the shop to pick out their samples or whatever it is that you're gonna provide. So it just depends on the type of business. If you're a restaurant, obviously you want to get them in the door at mealtime, or set up a catering, or set up some sort of pickup. And in these landing pages, sometimes you want to use scarcity, limited time offer, only while supplies last. Depends on what you're trying to sell, of course. Could be a product or a service. One of the other things I wanted to share real quick was Roto-Rooter. They've got a good website here, same kind of thing, but you can click to schedule online, right? So it makes it super convenient for the client to just click here, takes them to a scheduling page, and then you just set up, the appointment. Obviously, you put your name, phone number, address, the date. You can even select today, and then the time of day that they're going to be there. Of course, once you put your information in here and you schedule the service online, they're going to call you right through a call center and then, confirm that, and then they'll dispatch their technician. So there's a process that they follow once you've scheduled it, right? So you, as a business owner, you got to think about all those components, right? Not just the lead, but then once the lead is hot and in your system, how do you handle it? And then I wanted to show this. This is, completely off service business, but this is a Fisher Investment, so investment and advising company. So basically, what they're doing here is they've got an ad to a landing page, and their hook is, and I'm sure their target market is people that are getting close to retirement. So the 55 and older, maybe 50 and older crowd that are planning for retirement, and it's avoid running out of money when you need it most, right? Learn how in 15-minute retirement plan. So basically they're just saying, hey, click this and download, right? So they're exchanging this 15-minute retirement plan for your email address, and they're building their list. But they've got these, they've got that, call to action, because writing in here, avoid running out of money. So that's kind of like, I might run out of money when I retire. So it's a good one. And then it says over 1.3 million downloads and counting. So that's basically in this industry, the financial services industry, they can't really use testimonials, but having 1.3 million downloads, that says, hey, these guys have, shared this with quite a few, a lot of people. And so
good point.
Any thoughts there, Mike?
Now, I like the thing I like about that one is right at the top. It starts with the concern. Most people are many people are concerned about running out of money. So take this example and really apply it to just about any industry that you might serve. And it'll guide you in terms of what your lead needs to be, your lead statement, your attention grabber. So yeah, this is a really good one. I like that it has an immediate download. And that's something really that, we could go back to some of these service businesses that you showed. And it's, if it's a short-term decision where you're making a decision right now to schedule an appointment, sometimes a click to download is a distraction. But if, an example would be your electricity's out. If your electricity's out, you may not be interested in a 7-step guide to choose the appropriate electrical contractor. However, if you're thinking about doing an addition to your home or remodeling your kitchen, you'd probably be interested in something like that. So the urgency nature of your most common services should really be a determinant as to whether or not you entice with a download or some other type of call to action. So obviously retirement planning, most people aren't planning their retirement 15 minutes before they retire, at least I would hope not.
Right.
So for retirement planning, it's very appropriate. For remodeling, it's very appropriate. For an electrical contractor, it's probably not the first thing I'd have them do, but maybe as a follow-up, once you've got the appointment set, you send them an email or you send them a text with a digital download, so that if they're comparing you to someone else, you've already provided them with your upper hand, or questions that really illuminate your strengths and highlight possibly competitor weaknesses.
Yeah, very good point, Mike, for sure. So there's so many different businesses in it. There's so many different ways to use ads that click to pages and landing pages, in the specialty for that specific offer and,
Right.
and what you're putting out there as far as to collect information or to get more phone calls, or, it just depends on, what the intent is, the target market. And so, the important thing is for business owners to work with somebody they know, like, and trust that can help them make those decisions.
That's right.
And that's, obviously one of the reasons why I like working with business owners is to help them make these kind of decisions, to develop these kind of plans for them, these systems for them. And I know you're very similar in that that's what you do. But at the end of the day, we're also business owners that are filling our pipeline. And so we've, dissected these strategies and worked these out to get, leads and clients in our own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've studied it quite a bit myself. And so have helped generate, I don't know how many thousand leads for different businesses over the years. So it's just it's a fun thing to put together for somebody, and then to help them, to grow in their business. So,
Eric, if I can plug what you do just again for a minute, was there more that you wanted to cover on those 7 steps? Because I don't want to do this ahead of time.
No, this is, so the 7 steps are kind of over,
kind of the wrap up.
And we've wrapped up the lead pages. Now I'm just kind of, talking as we wrap the call.
Yeah. So one of the things to think about if you're a business owner, if you're currently paying for leads, especially trades, Angie's List or Home Advisor, some of these other services, I know that's something that Eric's really good at, is helping businesses wean themselves off of those highly competitive, relatively expensive, the first person who responds typically gets the business type leads, and really generate more organic leads. And I have one client that we both share in particular who's been able to come at this point he is completely weaned off of those services, and his business is growing more than ever. Awesome. And the better thing about it is you spoke about conversion rates in the beginning, and getting leads is extremely important, but at least as important as getting them is your conversion rate. And when you use some of these ad services, and I'm not knocking them, the reality is your conversion rate is going to be low because 3, 4, 5, 6 other people are getting that lead, versus if you're doing organic generation, they're looking at one person at a time. So you've got a much greater opportunity to modify the message, control the message that they receive, and really speak to them directly. And we've seen conversion rates go up quite a bit with this type of service. The overall cost is the same, typically less. And I was just going to say that if business owners are interested in getting tips on how to do that, maybe you could share your contact information here in a minute. If your goal with your business is to take you from where you are now to the next level, whether that's working fewer hours, increasing your sales, profitability, or just having somebody to walk through difficult times with, reach out to me. My name is Mike Cooper. I'm at mikecooper@actioncoach.com. And then Eric is someone who I work with very closely when my clients struggle with marketing needs, either their website, lead generation. I trust him to do a lot of that. So Eric, maybe you could share just a couple things about your business and how people can reach you, and then we'll call it a day.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Mike. So I'm Eric Haskin, Eric at charlottemediapartners.com, and my number is 704-560-2762. You can reach out to me on all sorts of channels. I had somebody shoot me a LinkedIn message after our call last week that just wanted some help with her website. And so I've started working with her, giving her some pointers. And so it's, that's the joy of being on these lives is we're able to share what's effective, right? Because you want to be effective in the market. But yeah, I mean, being able to wean yourself off of those types of services is awesome, because again, right, like you said, that they're giving those same leads to 3 or 4 or 5 other people, and you never know, what the buyers, how effective that's going to be. And so it's great to have those, people that are calling you from organic or calling you from your own ad that's right on the internet. And that way the conversion rates do go up. So it's all about the process. So anyway, that's all for now, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Mike.
Have a great week. Thanks, Eric.